After you get them home, you're going to be wanting to make sure that your fencing is good. And then the next thing that you're really going to need to consider is how you're going to keep them safe. For me, that means guardian dogs. For me, that also means doing some trapping and some hunting in the winter months. Guardian dogs, you're going to be, there's a whole bunch of different options out there, several different breeds. You just need to do your research, as I kind of have said earlier with the goats. Talk to people, look at what they have, look at how their dogs work, that kind of stuff. I actually just got a new pup in, and he's from way up north in Montana, I think it was, running some big dogs up there because of big predator problems, but also the country's bigger. And for me, the dogs that I've gotten from around my area haven't really worked out that well because they're used to smaller farms of 25 to 100 acres, not real big predator loads. I need dogs that are going to cover 1,000 acres and then really be able to stop a predator when he presents himself. So just doing your research and talking to people and visiting places and really being comfortable with your buy when you're looking for guardian dogs is really important. The dogs, most of the time, the dog's main job is just their presence. They're marking their territory, they are barking, their scent is all around, and most of the time that deters coyotes. This year I've had a little bit of a bigger problem, which is why we're going to be implementing some trapping. We had some coyote loss last year, just a little bit, and didn't do anything about it besides just the dogs. And so this year we had now a very knowledgeable coyote population to what was here. And so this year we started losing some stock. And so we started doing some trapping and getting some other types of dogs in here. And so the goal going forward is going to be you're never going to eradicate the population, but the goal is to keep it a naive population. So they don't really know what opportunity the goats present them with. We're going to keep them naive. We're going to keep the dogs hopefully aggressive towards them. And we're going to keep some trapping so we can keep that population circulating out. So we're not having coyotes that figure out that the goats present a pretty easy meal. So this dog actually came, I think I may have already said this, but it came from Montana. It's a Akbash Tangle cross. I've kind of decided that most of my dogs are either going to come from some big ranches down in Texas or the big open flocks and areas up north. A lot of the situations that you get dogs from around my area are small, and they may be good dogs, but they're just not up to the task that I'm asking them for. They're not used to roaming this big of acreages. They're not used to being this aggressive. Whereas when I get genetics from up north, they're dealing with coyotes, wolves, foxes, bears. They're used to defending from eagles. And they're used to being in big open terrain and being aggressive enough to really stop a predator. So that's really what I'm looking for. You can't really blame the dogs when they're growing up in 25 to 150 acres and really just having to bark and then go back to the barn. It's not really their fault, and so I'm trying to do a better job of getting genetics that can really be what I need and thrive in this situation.